Everyone, welcome to my first ever YouTube video. I cannot believe that I'm doing this, but I thought to start it off, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do my 10 before the end. This is currently only 9 books because one of them is on my Kindle, so we just have to make do and get into it. I'm so nervous to do this. I haven't made a YouTube video since I was like 9, so enjoy. Starting off, I'm gonna do 3 books from a series. I'm gonna do them together, but I'll explain separately why they're my favorites. I feel like this will be quite controversial because I feel like one of them is everyone's least favorite book of the series, whereas it's my favorite because I absolutely just love the whole concept of what I'll explain. Anyways, so first up, it's Heartless, Reckless, and Hopeless. Heartless because I feel like it was just such an iconic book. I'm not gonna lie, I read this at like the start of the year. I gave it like 5 stars probably, and just to warn you now, you guys, I'm a very high rater, so take what I say with a grain of salt, as I am very easily pleased. Anyway, first is Heartless because I loved Willa. I feel like she had such a cool vibe. She was so iconic. She was literally like everything you want in a female character. And Cade was also the best, and I forgot what their son is called, but he was cute too. And I got the cute cover. I ordered this from eBay actually, so I got that one. Next up, we have Reckless by Elsie Silver. Another controversial topic is that I absolutely adore the surprise pregnancy trope. It is my favorite trope. So if you guys have any book recommendations with that, give it to me now, because when I tell you this book, it had my heart. Some of the lines that Theo said, it was just like, oh, he's so like swoon worthy. I loved it. And then we obviously have Winter, one of the best female characters again. I feel like Elsie Silver does write very strong female characters, and I love that because I don't like books where the female characters are so hopeless and like you just like, oh, just get like, stop being silly, you know what I mean? So yeah. And then we have Hopeless, and this is very, like, a lot of people didn't really like this book because I don't know why. I really enjoyed it. Like Bo, I don't know how to say his name, sorry guys, but he was like very, I don't know, I loved him, and I absolutely loved, what's her name? I don't even remember. I don't remember her name, but anyways, she was iconic and I loved her so much, and I just loved this book. It was just amazing. 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed it, and I read it on holiday, so it was probably the holiday vibes and everything, you know. Probably catch that there's a theme going on once I show you the next book. It is Live, Ranch, Love. As you can tell, I love a good cowboy romance. It's all I read. So you'll see a few of these. I reckon there's like 1 or 2 more. This is such a cute read. This is by Emma Lucy. I think this is her first book, and it's so cute. It's about a wellness influencer, and she goes onto her aunt's ranch who had recently passed away, and she has to work with one of the ranch hands because he knows more about the ranch than she does, and they have to work together, but he's so grumpy and she's very happy sunshine, happy-go-lucky, and he's not here for that. And obviously you know what happens next. I definitely recommend this book. It was such a cute read. I feel like it was so nice and sweet. And now we have Out on a Limb, which is another really sweet book. Like, look how cute this cover is. I feel like I should have a cute count because I keep saying it. This is about Win, who has a limb indifference, and Bo, who has a prosthetic leg. And they both meet at a party where they're both dressed as pirates. And I just feel like it's so hilarious how they meet. And I also want to warn you, this is another surprise pregnancy book. So, you know, if you don't love it, don't read it. But if you do, this is such a good read. I genuinely love this book so much. It was just like eating rottingly sweet, decaying candy. Sweets. I don't know why I said candy. I'm not American. But anyways, I feel like this is such a cute read, and I definitely think you should give it a try if you want to get into the surprise pregnancy trope, or if you do like it. I wouldn't recommend if you don't like the surprise pregnancy trope because it really is mainly all about her pregnancy, because she like has like updates of the size of the baby and stuff. I just love it. It's so sweet. I have another Elsie Silver book, but this is not the same series. This is a standalone. Not a standalone. This is part of another series that Elsie Silver has. This is Wild Eyes by Elsie Silver, as you can see, and it's about Skylar and Weston Belmont. I love them both so much. It's about Skylar, who's a singer, and Weston, who is obviously working on a ranch, because what else would it be? And Skylar is a singer, but her parents have always had a strong grip on everything she does, and she's starting to realize maybe they're not what she thinks they are, and she leaves and she tries to make her own record by herself. And there she starts to meet with a Weston, and they bump into each other in such an odd way as she's trying to talk to a bear. It's just such a funny book, and it's also quite sad, and I definitely cried whilst reading this. It was just so emotional, and I loved it so much. It was truly amazing, and I really feel like Elsie Silver is probably definitely my instant buy author, and I will buy every single book Elsie Silver makes. I love you, Elsie Silver. If you ever want to give me books, I'm here. Next up, this looks so odd compared to all the other books I just said. The next two look quite odd, to be fair, and that is The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden. And I have like heard so much mixed reviews about this book, and I was really nervous to read it. But me and my boyfriend had like a book club on Fable, and we were reading it together, and we really enjoyed this. Like, we both read it in a day, and I really liked it. Obviously, I can't say too much because I will spoil it, as it's a thriller, and you can't really talk much about a thriller, but I can read the blurb. Sydney Shaw, like every single woman in New York, has terrible luck with dating. She's seen it all: men who lie in their dating profile, men who stick her with the dinner bill, and worst of all, men who can't shut up about their mothers. But finally she hits the jackpot. Her new boyfriend is utterly perfect. He's charming, handsome, and works as a doctor at a local hospital. Sydney is swept off her feet. Then the brutal murder of a young woman, the latest in a string of deaths across the coast, confounds police. The primary suspect, a mystery man who dates his victims before he kills them. Sydney should feel safe. After all, she is dating the man of her dreams, but she can't shake her own suspicions that the perfect man may not be as perfect as he seems, because someone is watching her every move, and if she doesn't get the truth, she'll be the killer's next victim. In a dark story about obsession and the things we'll do for love, Sunday Times bestselling author Frida McFadden proves that crimes of passion are often the bloodiest. It's such a good book. I genuinely really enjoyed it, and it's just so good. Like, it's little like quick chapters. I know a lot of people say like Frida McFadden is like fast fashion, but I'm here for it. Like, I love a quick book. I feel like thrillers are such a good way to like get out of slumps and stuff and just have a quick read, you know. I definitely really enjoyed that one. Never Lie by Frida McFadden. This was my, that sounded so cringe, sorry. This was my first ever Frida McFadden book, and I really enjoyed it. It was my favorite. Probably The Boyfriend's my favorite now because I like that one more. But this was good. It had a good plot twist. I did not see it coming. I don't know how people say they saw that plot twist coming, because I definitely didn't. I saw it coming like the chapter before it like said it was the plot twist. But I don't know how you guys guess plot twists. I am so not that smart, because I'll be reading and I'm like, yeah, this is going to happen and this is going to happen. And it's the complete opposite. I don't know how you guys guess it. And people said they guessed it from like right from the start. How? I don't know how you guys do it. I wish I was like you guys. But no, I don't actually, because I enjoy not knowing the plot twist. But I really enjoyed this book, and I think you guys should read it and give Frida McFadden a chance, because it's good. And I need more thriller recommendations, because I just read The Silent Patient and it wasn't that good. But, you know, I love a good thriller now. Ew, I love a good thriller now. From this angle is good. Next up, we have my first ever fantasy book that I actually finished. And you guys should be proud of me, because I never thought I would read a fantasy book. And also the book, someone gifted me this book and it came with no dust jacket. And it came absolutely like demolished. So yeah, that was not nice, but it's cute anyways. This is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent. And I love this book. This truly is one of the best books I have ever read, and I feel like I finally am on the wavelength where fantasy books are just better, okay? I know I can only read fantasy books if it has romance in it, but still, fantasy books literally have everything you can and want and need. Because how are you telling me this is enemies to lovers, but real enemies to lovers, where they're literally trying to kill each other? And it's just so good. It has everything. This is basically where it's vampires, the Hunger Games. It's just so good. Betrayal, romance, the whole lot. And I genuinely feel like you should give this a try. And if you haven't read this book, you literally suck. I'm just kidding. Sorry, I love you. I'm sorry, that was mean. But this is really a good book, and I really enjoyed this. And I'm currently reading the second book, and I need to finish it, because I've been saying I'm going to read it for so long because I need to finish it so I can say that I've read a fantasy series and I can move on to the next fantasy series, because I can't move on unless I read the second book, but I just keep forgetting to read it. But it was really good and I love it, and Rain is just the love of my life, and and Aurea, what a book. Like, we need a drum roll for this one. This is the best book I have read in my entire life, not just 2024, my entire life. Are you ready? This is 5 books in one, but it counts as one book. Ooh. The Mind F series. I don't know if I can say the actual word because I feel like I will get banned, but this book is truly everything. But before I get into it, please check your trigger warnings if you do think of reading this, because this is truly one of the darkest books I've ever read, because I don't read dark romance and I don't read dark books, but this is truly dark. And to sell it to you, this book is a female serial killer. Think about that. It's truly amazing. I don't want to tell you anything else. Go and read it. Lana Myers is the best character of all history, the best female character there ever is to ever exist. And if you disagree, you should not be here, because I believe in women's wrongs and women's rights, and Lana does no wrong. So I think you should all read this book. It's truly the best. I feel like if you haven't read it, you're missing out. But please read this in your own discretion, because it is very dark, very descriptive, very violent. So if you're not into that, please don't read this. Like, look how much has been tagged. Like, look at that book. Also, I'll do another YouTube video on how I tab. But that's literally it. That's my first YouTube video done. Thank you very much for watching my 10 before the end. I can't even lift it up. My Kindle's not here as well. But, oh, there it goes. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching.